what's up? My name's Lucas. I'm a photographer and filmmaker based out of West Michigan. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about the not so bright side of shooting on the Leica SL system. As you know, I've been shooting on the system for years and I absolutely love it, but there are a few downsides that aren't talked about as much when it comes to this system. So today we're going to talk about those and you can come up with your own conclusion on if the Leica SL system is right for you. So let's just knock this one out right off the bat. It's the elephant in the room, and it is the sticker shock of Leica. Leica just came out with the SL3 earlier this year, and that is sitting at $7,000 for just the body. And then the SL2 and the SL2S, which are the cameras that I shoot on, are around $6,000 if you buy them brand new, but you can get them for under $3,000 if you move to the used market. That is not cheap. They're definitely an investment, and especially when you add in the accessories that you will need to be able to shoot with this camera, extra batteries that have the Leica tax on them, the lenses that if you are moving into the SL system, it makes sense to shoot on Leica lenses. Everything is just more expensive, and if you want to get any accessories for the camera that are Leica original, then you will be paying that Leica tax. It's not that the Leica tax is not unwarranted. Everything is built to a very high caliber and very well constructed and will last for a very long time. But that is definitely something that you have to get over when you are thinking about getting into the Leica system. And yeah, they are investments. You're investing in your equipment, and there are other cameras that you could spend your money on that could potentially get the job done, but you would really want to be having that Leica experience to invest the amount of money that you need to into this system. If you aren't already, please subscribe down below. Makes a huge difference. Next up is going to be the size and the weight. The Leica SL2 and SL2S are solid metal. They are very heavy. I know that they made the SL3 slightly smaller, slightly lighter, so that might take away some of the weight from the system, but I shoot on the SL2 and the SL2S, and they are bricks. You carry those around all day and you're going to feel it. I was just recently hiking in Utah and I carried my SL2 with me, and it is not light. On the capture clip, it sags. It's a heavy camera. On the other side, it is all metal. And so in the winter, which we get some pretty decent winters here in Michigan, the camera gets freezing cold. So you'll want to get some nice gloves that you can use to handle the camera if you are outside in cold conditions, because the camera will definitely be very cold to the touch. As I talk about temperature, overheating has never been an issue for me. I've shot in 115 degree plus weather all day and the camera has performed beautifully. Also, while we're talking about the size and weight, it's not a review without talking about hand sizes. I have small hands. These cameras fit in my hand well. I know people that have big hands and they say that the camera needs like a little foot or something on the bottom for their pinky. I'm not one of those guys. I'm fine with the ergonomics of it. That is not a downside for me. It's actually quite comfortable. Now, we kind of talked about it earlier in the price section, but the next downside is the lens selection. Now, Leica has some of the absolute best glass on the planet. Their SL line of lenses are hands down the best lenses you can get for digital full frame cameras. Their Apo glass is top of the line, and you're just going to pay for it. It's going to be expensive, but they are phenomenal lenses. The downside that I'm getting at is that it's not a fully flushed out system. Now, Sigma and Lumix with the L-mount alliance, they have over this past couple of years really filled out that lens selection. But if you are looking for native glass on your cameras, you're not going to have as many options as a Canon or Sony system will have. The lenses that you have for the SL system are the top of the line, and they're just going to continue to come out with more lenses, especially with the L-mount alliance. Of course, we have to talk about the autofocus. I've talked about this in many of my reviews of these cameras, but the autofocus is not the same as what is in modern mirrorless cameras.
Let's see, Leica, can you focus on this? No. Leica cannot focus on that.
The SL2 and the SL2S have contrast detect autofocus. For me and my style of work, that works fine, but I do know of a lot of people that need that phase detect autofocus for the work that they do. The SL3 does have phase detect autofocus, though I haven't had a chance to test it out on my own. I have heard that the autofocus doesn't perform at the same level as a Canon or a Sony. That's something that you will definitely need to be aware of if you are looking into the Leica system. Now let's talk about battery life. That is something that when I first got into the system was pretty bad. I was able to work around it by getting a lot of batteries. Now you can use the BP6 batteries in the SL2 and SL2S, and that added quite a bit of battery time to the system. You can also pick up a battery hand grip, which gives you 2 extra batteries in the camera, significantly improving the battery life of the camera, but that is going to set you back about $1,000. Also, the amount of third-party accessories that are on the market are not as vast as in other camera systems, so that's definitely something to keep in mind if you are planning on making the switch to the SL system and you need a lot of specific accessories for this camera. So is the Leica SL system worth it for you? There's a lot of benefits. I actually have multiple reviews of these cameras. You can check them out up here in this playlist that is dedicated to the Leica SL system. For me personally, the SL system just fits in the way that I shoot, the way that I film, the workflow that I do, and I couldn't imagine using a different system at this point. So if you enjoyed this breakdown, please like and subscribe. I make new videos every Monday and Friday. What has been your experience with the Leica SL system, if you have one, and what are some of the draws that bring you into curiosity about this system? Leave a comment or share your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.